Welcome back to Indicted TV. I'm your host, Negra. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. Before we start, you already know I got to give a shout out to my sponsors, Royalty Honey, Keep It Hard, for the best jewelry, for his glory, and for the fire is fire, Cali Plug, and for bomb-ass tattoos, Untouchable Tattoos, and Fatimas Grill, but their employees are working at Tacos Las Hueras for now. And on today's episode, we have Uptown YT.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Welcome to Indicted TV.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, thank you. So tell us. Where are you from? Where did you grow up? Mom, dad? How was the inside of your house growing up?
Okay. First and foremost, I'd just like to give a thanks and a shout out to y'all just allowing me to come onto this platform and
you're welcome.
Really making this space for the population. You get what I'm saying? Because most people, there's a small percentage of the population of just people in the community that have been incarcerated. Mm-hmm. And the majority of that population are minorities, black and brown. Mm-hmm. And most people do not really know the truth behind, what really happens behind these walls.
Yes.
So I just love everything y'all got going on over here. I love sharing the light on the population, especially in a positive sense.
Yes.
And just to go to what you were saying, they call me Uptown YT. I go by Uptown YT. Another name, I go by the King of California as well.
King of California. Because that's your Instagram, the King of California.
Yes, King of California. Yeah, that's some shit that I came up with like before I got out of prison, because I was just like, in every way, like, and we done ran everything from the streets to the prison, so it's just like, we the king of the.
Okay.
But I'm from San Bernardino, California. I'm from the IE. My home background, come from a large family, large family. My mom got 8 kids. I'm the baby. My dad got 20 kids.
What?
Yeah, my dad got 20
kids. Damn, your dad's out of control.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he wildin'.
Wow.
He wildin'. Yeah, definitely. So I grew up in San Bernardino, and I know a lot of people. Well, now the IE, we're starting to get a big fucking spotlight shined on us right now. But just to give everybody a background in San Bernardino, when I was growing up, it was the murder capital of California. It's been, if not number 1, number 2 for the past 2 decades. So pretty much just poverty, struggle, nothing. Everybody gang bangs. If you're a man, you're a gang member, a drug dealer, some of that sort. If you're a woman, you're either a prostitute, this, that, and the third, doing something in that way, shape, form, or fashion. And we got a lot of drug addicts. So I come from a very, very just poverty, just very, very poor, very, very poor city. Like literally nothing. It's crazy because.
But what about your home? How was your mom?
My mom. Okay, so I was raised in a single parent household with my mom.
With 7 kids.
Yes. So at first I was actually living with my mom and my dad, but something had transpired with them to where when I was 9 years old, I witnessed my dad try to kill my mom in front of me, literally actually in front of me.
Wow.
And then ever since then, they've been separated. And I just been with my mom since then. And then my mom had all the kids, all 7 kids.
Wow.
So
that's a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
At one time.
Yeah, definitely. At the time, I didn't really think too much of it. Even now, I still it's whatever. I'm a rider for my moms. Everybody, especially when you come from a single parent household and your mom was the one that raised you and did everything, you just you all in for mom. So anything about moms, it's you'll really, you'll do the most. You'll catch 200 years for moms off the dribble.
Facts.
Still to this day, I'll catch it in 1,000 years. It don't even matter. And thug it out, whatever. But so grew up in a very large family. So when I was actually living with my mom and my dad has always been a hustler. My dad was a very, very known, big, popular pimp back in the day.
Oh,
So,
dang.
yeah.
That's why he had a gang of kids. Sick ass fool.
Yeah, very, very, very big, known, popular pimp. Like him, all my uncles, and they just like, they was dudes that back in, and like my dad, he's like 66. You know what I mean? So we talk
He's
about
still
real,
young.
I know, but I'm talking about he comes from that real pimping era.
Yes, I
like,
understand.
Where they're really like, you know what I mean?
But you're
like,
saying he's 66 now.
yeah, he's 66.
Damn, that
right
fool's
now.
young as hell still.
Yeah, 66, shit.
It's young.
Yeah, that is young. He getting up there though.
No, for
you
sure.
getting closer.
Yeah.
Once you get 60, you getting closer to
Like the 70s.
exiting.
Once you get the 70s, you're like, bro, you're old already.
Yeah, you're getting closer to exiting than
Yes,
staying.
for
you know
sure.
what I mean? So yeah, he comes from that real. He's old school. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. So he comes from that real old school, like real hard pimping. Back when they was doing the player balls, he won the player ball twice in a year, 2 years in a row. So he came from that background. So when I was growing up with my dad showed me like a different type of lifestyle as far as like money and wealth. Like my dad, when I was living with my dad has Rolls Royces, Bentleys, Porsches, all that type of shit.
And then back in the days, that's like, it's different.
Yeah. Back in the day, like I'm telling you, like from my earliest years as a baby, like my dad would have me playing with 100,000, 200,000, just playing with the money just so I could get familiar with money, like real money. Like he's like, you know what I mean? To my early years, like my earliest memories, I remember my dad coming up, boom, this is 100,000, 200,000, boom, boom, like play with this. Like, you know, you a king, you come from money. So like my early years, I had everything, you know what I mean? Like early, I didn't want for nothing. So I was good. We had a big ass house. We had a big ass 2-story house. It was huge. Like they made an extra like wing on the house. It was huge, like huge. Big ass pool in the backyard, all that. We had Rolls Royces and Bentleys in the driveway. So in my beginning years, that's what like my lifestyle consisted of. So, and I wasn't really too much conscious because like I said, at 9 years old, everything switched. So yeah. So like I said, at 9 years old, my father tried to, he attempted to kill my mother in front of me. And I actually, like I was asleep one night. I was watching the movie Car Wash, like old school Car Wash and shit with like not the one with not the Dr. Dre and Snoop one, the old school, like that old school, the original, the real one. I was watching, and then I remember hearing a whole bunch of thuds and boom, 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 and I'm like, what the f-? It's like at the time they always used to be arguing and stuff. So I'd always be like, I've always been very, very protective of my mother. So like I would always like when he around, I'd like make sure like I'm watching the nigga, like, you know what I mean? Cause I know he's a crazy ass, like and that's who I get it from. Like, you know, cause he don't play no games. Like he's really like, he's like that to the fullest extent. So I always make sure like, all right, let me watch moms, like, you know, if they arguing or whatever, cause ain't no telling what he could, you know, what he might do. So, so yeah, it was real late, probably like 12, 1 o'clock or whatever. Boom. I hear loud noises, thuds, and da-da-da-da-da. And I paused the movie, and I hear, and I go into my mom's room. I open the door. I open my parents' room, and I see my mom just there, laid out. You know what I mean? Laid out. He just strangling her. She's out, like out. I'm talking about out on the floor, strangler, laid out, like done. Yeah, like done. Man, he turned around at me and looked at me with the most craziest eyes I've ever seen. I've never seen no eyes. His eyes was like bloodshot red, and he looked at me and he was like, "Don't come over here." I'm like, "Damn, what the?" You know, I instantly, I don't about none of that. I instantly, you know, it's my mother, so I'm like, I instantly, boom, fire on him, whatever, boom, boom, boom. So I actually, you know, saved my mom that night, and since that night, it was a drastic switch of lifestyle. I went from Bentleys and Rolls Royces and being known for having money to we had a two bedroom apartment in the low income apartments in the hood. 7 kids. You know what I mean? Nothing. Instant drastic change, drastic switch, instantly. And then that's when I started really like getting more into the streets. I started doing drugs at like I say like 10.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start smoking at 10. Then since I was 11 years old, I was smoking every day until I got incarcerated. Every single day. I never missed a day. Literally. So once we switched and had that drastic switch like that, I just started getting into the streets. Because like I got a lot of cousins and I got other uncles and stuff, and they're already in the streets. And these is dudes that already did, like, my whole family line and bloodline. Like, my mom's been to prison, my dad's been to prison multiple times, his dad's been to prison. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody's been to prison.
Of
like
course.
I got an uncle. He did like 20-something years straight. And then out of them 20-something years, he did like 17 in the feds. He did his fed time. I know you did your fed time as well. So I started interacting with that side of the family. Like, because when I was with my dad, he tried to keep us away from that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, keep us away from that. Because he was real, like, very, very controlling. Very controlling.
Well, he's a pimp.
Exactly.
Come on, pimp fools are like super controlling. Like, it's all about them. Like, bro, sit down. Okay. Like, you know, it's more of like an ego that they have.
Nah, for real.
Like, you know, I don't know, but I don't know if I've been around one, but I know that fool and I will never be able to get pimped, because that fool, he'll be hitting me. Because, bro, I am not listening.
Not going for that?
Hell no. How you gonna give me my money? The freaks.
So he tried to keep us away from that. So once him and my mama had that falling out, they were going through what they were going through. So he kind of like backed away from us in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, you know how it goes.
I do know how it goes. Like, once it doesn't, just like, once the relationship breaks up, it's like you break up with the kids.
Definitely. You know how it goes. So that's pretty much what happened. And shit, my mom had to provide. You know what I mean? She had to provide. She had a whole bunch of kids, and she had to make money. So she's constantly working jobs. You know, she's working 2-3 jobs. Wooty whoop. She's never at home. And when she is home, she's resting and shit. So that gives me, you know, it's open season for
24/7
just to be doing whatever. So at this point, I'm starting to really get into it, but I'm not fully into the streets because I was an athlete. I always been an athlete.
That's why you're above, fool.
Nah, I wasn't like this. Look, I'm gonna have to show you a picture. I wasn't like this. See, look, everybody see me and they be like, "Oh yeah, you just probably was naturally big like that." Hell nah. Hell nah. This was kissing that flow. I was kissing that flow. Literally. Like, yeah. But
You're playing sports.
yeah, I was an athlete. I was playing basketball though. See, I know you thought I was playing football.
Nah, actually, I was gonna say baseball, fool.
Nah, I did play baseball when I was
nice.
young. I did play baseball. I was fucking them over. They couldn't handle me. Literally, I was baseball. But yeah, I was playing basketball. I was real good in basketball, top ranked and all that. I was playing for a top ranked AAU team in the country.
Nice.
And, yeah, during the time, we was actually number 1 ranked on the West Coast. So
And you're how old at this time?
At this time, I'm like 11 years old.
Okay.
I'm like 11. So I'm like basketball. I'm basketball, but I'm dibbling and dabbling. So it's like I grew up in my area. You know what I mean? Like in my neighborhood. I grew up in my neighborhood. So it's like I'm going to tournaments. Because we would travel, you know what I mean? We were playing travel ball, so we'll go over here to Seattle, we'll go over here to Vegas, we'll go to Arizona, you know what I mean? Traveling, like doing top tournaments. So it's like, I'll be playing basketball, then I'll come back home, and it's like, I'll be outside, like, you know what I mean? I'll be outside, like, with the thugs. Which
I understand.
To me, was just like,
normal.
Was just the homies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that I grew up with my whole life, you know what I mean? So to me, it was just like, oh, the homies, whatever. So that was at around 11 once I actually had a person that was we refer to him as a cousin in my family, but we're actually not blood related. But like to my family, he's a cousin.
I understand. We have a Mexican, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody's our uncle and aunt.
Yeah, literally. we do that.
Yeah.
Us black and brown, we do that.
Yeah.
We got all types of cousins, and that's why our girlfriends and shit don't be liking that. Is that really your cousin? Oh, that's my cousin.
Like, bro, that is not your cousin.
Grab on her all a certain type of way and shit. That's my cousin. But yeah. So my cousin ended up getting killed, and then that ended up changing to a whole. That's when I just jumped into the streets, like full-fledged, just got into the streets, and then started gangbanging. I got put on when I was 12 years old, and then shit, the type of individual I am, I'm full-fledged. So it's like whatever I do in life, I'm always going I'm going 1200%. I'm not gonna be like, oh, like, you know, one foot in over here, but then I'm kind of over here to like, nah, I've always been full-fledged to the highest degree.
Like, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it.
Yeah, we're going to do it full-fledged. Like, you know what I mean? We know what we own. We know what we signing up for. This is what we own. So I jumped into it full-fledged, 12 years old. You know, I'm toting guns. You know what I mean? I'm talking about guns with extensions. This is that shit with, you know, I'm from San Bernardino. Everything we got is extended, and we all got switches. And
chill, fool.
I'm telling you, you know.
Don't start set tripping, you know what I'm saying?
You know though.
I don't know. I'm from LA. We always think we better.
Nah. And that's the thing. We've always had that. We've always look in the IE, like I always tell people. I'm gonna just clear it up. IE and LA always had like, I guess, like some form of a rivalry. I guess for us, y'all look at us like,
oh yeah,
like y'all look at us like, is that? And we always looked at LA like, kind of like, LA, kind of like, yeah.
I get it,
like,
you know,
like literally, we're insane.
We're all yeah, exactly.
We're literally insane. Like, I could see if we're like San Diego or something, or like,
I understand.
We're literally the same. Like
half of the people from LA move.
Yeah, literally, and that's why the IE so bad.
Oh hell no! You see, I told you.
No, but I'm just keeping it 100.
No,
you know,
yes, of course.
I'm gonna tell the truth.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the truth. Cause back in the day, like my mom was telling me, they started tearing down all these projects and tearing down all these places, and they was sending to the IE because we got big houses for cheap. It ain't cheap it ain't cheap no more. That's what I'm telling you. It ain't cheap no more. The median in California is $900,000. So if you don't got money, don't think you can come to the IE.
It's expensive everywhere for sure.
Don't think you can run to Riverside or Moreno Valley and think you finna buy some shit for hella cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap to LA. It's cheaper in certain cities.
Yeah.
In certain cities. But if you're in like Riverside, Rancho, it's still.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah. But
you're freaking 13 years old. You're super game banged out.
12 years old.
12
years old. I'm extra out. And extra out. Like literally at this point, I've reached a point to where it's like, and this is what I tell people, like, when you gangbanging to me is when you literally have nothing to live for but that cause. So that's why I tell people, like, you know, now people nowadays that claim that they're this or that, you know, whatever they claim their truth to be, it's like, I just think about when I was in that space and I was in that mindset and individuals that I was with and like older OGs that taught me and paved the way for me when I was younger. And it's like, all we knew was this. Like,
eat,
you know,
breathe, sleep, hood.
Literally. Like literally. And so yeah, I start gangbanging full-fledged. So I'm going to school with guns. You know what I mean? And I start selling drugs. First I started selling weed. Then I go from gram to, you know what I mean, 7 grams to an ounce to I started dealing with pounds. Literally at 12 years old, I started dealing with pounds. You know, I tell people I'm from San Bernardino. We got so much like like I don't want to say it, but I guess I have to say it to put out. Like we got so much like drug cartel activities. Like you know what I mean? Like people know.
Yeah.
You know. Like we got so much like higher, you know what I mean, drug activity out there. So it's just easy to just fall into anything. So yeah, I started dealing with pounds. I started dealing with pounds at 12 years old. Like dealing
Big
with
time.
Yeah, like 5 pounds, 10 pounds at a time, like selling them. Me and my brother. And me and my brother we're knee deep into the streets right now. So we like all we know is gangbang. All we know is gangbang. By the time I reached 14 years old, I'm like America's nightmare. Like most wanted you could think of. Like think of old dog from Menace to Society times 100. Like what we was on when we was out there, that wasn't shit. Like that mother, like we would slap him, strip him naked, and like get out of here. Like that's what we was on. Like we was on some like really sick. Like I was really sick. Now that my mind is clear, and it's like, you know, I'm very spiritual and connected with God. Like I was way out there. Like way out there. Like the things that I was doing and stuff at the time was like far left. Like shit like past movie. Like think of some movie shit, and it's like the life I was living and the shit that we was doing out there was movie. Like for any movie you could think of. So I started getting into selling real drugs heavy at 14, like real drugs.
And you haven't gotten in trouble yet?
No.
Okay.
I literally only caught one case. We're going to get into
Yeah.
But I literally only caught one case. But yeah, I start selling real drugs now. Like real drugs. Not no weed. You know what I mean? We're dealing with that real shit now. Real, you know what I mean? Start dealing with bricks and this, that, and the third. I got my first half an ounce. And then
took it from there.
Yeah, took it from there. And then so we going hard with that. Me and my brother, we're going crazy with that. So that's all we're doing. So at this point, we're just super business oriented. Because one thing my dad always taught me, that's what I was about to say. One thing my dad always taught me is business first. Business. One thing that I respect about that man, even though I like we cool, like even though like you know the shit happened with him and my mom, like I'm gonna get into it later on, but like we good, like we're in a good spot. Like
he's in your life, all that. Yeah,
we're good. Yeah, we're good. We're A1 for sure.
That's
good.
Pops.
Yeah, that's Pops. Literally, we good. But one thing, if I could point something out about that man that really like what you could take with you, is that man don't play about his business. One thing he gonna do, he gonna put his business first. He don't give a he don't care if he's dying on his deathbed, this, that, and the third. He gonna put his business first. And that's the thing about that generation. Like I told you, he's like 66. You know, he's in his 60s. That generation of people, they gonna work till they dead. Like literally, like people in my generation, I'm 24 years old. People in my generation is lazy as hell. Like I ain't even been to sleep. Like I don't even sleep. Like literally, I do not sleep. Like I don't sleep. I tell people like I'm not up 100 million yet. I need to like I do not. I fall asleep when my body is literally telling me like, okay, you need it. Then I go to sleep.
That's my husband. I
go to sleep, then I get my ass to fuck up. Like literally, I've been up for 2 days. And I've been up for 2 days. I was at the gym at 4 a.m, and then when I came over here, I was like, okay, I got here an hour early. I'm like, okay, I went to the gym again. I already did 2 workouts.
Damn, you're hooked to that shit, fool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you're probably drinking some shit. It's keeping you up. You better stop.
I don't drink nothing. I don't drink nothing. I don't drink. I don't smoke. No energy drinks.
That's good.
Pre-workout.
Your mind is just going. Your mind is just going.
I'm just like, I'm wired. Like, literally, it's that fresh out, like, locked in on a nigga purpose. Like, I'm wired.
Good.
Yeah, like, wired.
I mean, you had to sleep at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
This fool said you haven't slept in 2 days. Keep that shit real, fool. You slept an hour or two.
Or maybe like a little nod off or something.
Like, nah, I'm talking poop.
Nod off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Driving like, oh shit.
Those are the best ones, huh? No, that's super
He was like,
dangerous.
damn, what the? Yeah, okay, so.
So you and your brother are doing it big, and you're
we're
like
going-
14.
Yeah, 14. Look. When I tell you we're going crazy, I'm talking about we're going crazy. We're riding through, man, I'm riding around through San Bernardino and shit. I got 4 choppers on me, 20 pounds in the back, all types of, 20 pounds, all types of like bricks of cocaine, like going hard. I got a 745 at Lie. I'm 14 years old. Never had a license, nothing. I'm swerving a 745.
Thinking you're the
back
coolest.
then, what? I was on. I was on. And then like just to go back a little bit, I dropped out in middle school. So middle school,
Oh, shit.
I was done. Like 7th grade, I was done. 7th grade. And then at that point, that's when I was 12. That's when my cousin got killed and stuff. Like my mom tried to detour me from like gangbanging. Like she used to pull up to the hood and shit. I'd be in the hood.
Like,
snatch
get your
me
ass in
up,
the fucking car.
Snatch me up, slap me up in front of the homies and shit. Have me looking all stupid and shit. Like
They know what it is.
Yeah. They be like, your mama don't like, homies all spook the moms because she don't play that.
Yeah.
Like, well, where is he? I said, you better go home. Your mama pull up over here tripping. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So she did everything in her power to keep me away from that. Even sent me to tried to send me way out to the suburbs to a school, way out in fee and some old shit. All that. I'm in the hood. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes, I'm coming back.
I migrate to the hood. Like, you know what I mean? So she did everything in her power. So I definitely want to get that across. I never want to paint the picture as like, oh, I just had one of those mothers to where she just let me. Hell no.
Yeah. Good.
Hell no. She did everything in her power.
Love that.
Point blank. And then it reached a certain point to where she was like, you just gotta leave. Because my mom is a very spiritual person, and she's like, I can't be right with God allowing you to do the things that you're doing, staying in this house. So like, if you gonna be on what you own, you have to go.
I'm sorry, son.
So literally, I'm doing it big with my, like, what I mean? We got our own little shit. We're, like I told you, I'm a regular day. I'm riding around in bins with all types of chops on me, this, that. Like, we're just going crazy, like crazy. Literally, I'll be having $30,000-$40,000 on me at a time, as a kid. Like,
That's a lot.
like a child. Like,
Bro, you're 14.
I thought I was playing with millions. Literally, I thought I was playing with millions. Like, I was plugged in with so many dudes that was going crazy, like crazy, to where it's like, I was tapped in. Boom. Fast forward a year later, I'm 15 years old. This is when I get incarcerated. Yeah, this is when I get incarcerated. So I get locked up when I was 15 years old. I was facing 127 years to life at 15 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, 127 years to life at 15 years old. I got locked up for 2 murders, 2 attempts, gang enhancement, gun enhancement, mayhem, malice.
All
that
kinds.
shit. Yeah, 127 years to life.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think.
And how did you get arrested?
That's what I'm trying to think of, how I could say it without saying like
Too much. Like, just tell me how it went down. Like how you got arrested.
But I want to give like a little.
Okay, then do your thing.
Yeah. I want to give a little. So basically, this is how like sick and way out I was. So I ended up getting locked up the same day, but the other things that I caught, like because first I just got caught for a murder and attempt, and that was the same day, like less than 24 hours. I was in jail. So I'm at a gas station. So think of like a Shell or Arco, whatever you want to paint. Boom. I'm at a gas station. I pull up to the gas station. Boom. I'm doing my thing. It's actually the hood gas station. I pull up to the hood gas station, get me a brisk. I like those little peach rings. I love peach rings. So I get still to this day.
Now we know.
I get me some peach rings. Boom. And I get some backwoods. That's back when I used to smoke. You know what I mean? I'm smoked out.
Yeah.
Like a twig. Skinny. All I do is back then I was doing weed, lean, and pills.
Oh no.
Weed,
You're a
lean, and
mess.
pills. So I'm smoked out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm way out of there. Like, and I'm talking about all day.
Yeah.
Like me and my brother, we used to smoke an ounce a day. Like that's how much we was having. Like we used to smoke like fat ass like gorilla fingers. Like I'm gonna show you. I got shit in my phone and shit. But
Memories.
Yeah, I got. I'm gonna show you this shit. You gonna be like, damn. Watch when you see how skinny I was. But so yeah, so I ended up pulling up to the gas station, whatever. Boom. Ended up when I walked out, I ended up seeing an individual that I had, that it was up with.
Yeah.
That we both knew what time it was whenever
On site.
it was on site, mandatory. We both knew what time it was when we seen each other. And mind you, this is broad day. This broad daylight. This is in the afternoon. It's like 1:00. Broad daylight, beaming sun at a gas station, a very very populated shopping center at the gas station. Hella witnesses. Boom, I walk out. I see him. Boom. He didn't even get to see me. He's pumping the gas. Boom. Did him right there, whatever. And then he had an individual that was in the car with him that hopped out and hit him like 7 times, but he didn't even die. That's where I got an attempt. So,
Oh, well, thank God.
yeah. So that happened. And then I was just like, whatever. I just went on about my day. Like literally, I just did that and I just left. Like that's how regular, like I did way worse shit than that. Like I did way worse shit than that I've never even been.
Which is good.
Yeah, which is good.
But you got to pay back somehow.
That I've never even been like, what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you just have to pay back somehow, some way.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. So to me, in my mindset, that's what I'm saying, like how far gone I was.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I just downed this at the gas station. I think I downed 2. My head, I downed 2, but the other one didn't end up dying. So I just downed because at the gas station, broad daylight, no mask, no nothing. I'm literally like this, no mask, no nothing covering me. Boom, in front of a gang of witnesses, screaming and I just hop in the car and I just slide out.
Like nothing.
And I just go to the hood, like regular, on some regular shit, like because I'm at the hood gas station. So I just go like right down to the block to like one of the main blocks where we chill out. I'm just chilling, literally. Like didn't tell the homies nothing. Like it's just regular, chilling, do my thing, boom, whatever. I end up having to go to my mom's house because I had to go pick something up, like some mail or some shit. Boom. It's those mother intuitions. Like for the past like 2 weeks, she was telling me like, I think you need to go, like, because I got a brother. At the time, I had a brother that was living in Northern California. She was like, you just need to go out there with him and, like, just chill for a minute.
Bit.
Like, just chill. It's that motherly intuition. Like, they know when you doing some way out shit that you ain't got no bit. Like, they know. Y'all know. Y'all know for sure. So she was like, oh, come to the house. Come pick your shit up, whatever, boom. So I get to the house, and then she was just like, yeah, like, don't leave. I'm like, I'm knowing what just happened, so I'm like, I just stay at mom's house, whatever. She's like, yeah, don't leave, like just stay here for a night or two, like just chill. I'm like, all right. So I'm chilling, smoking, chilling or whatever. I'm a paranoid. When you're in that lifestyle and you done did so many things to so many people and you done seen it, lived it and done it, you're on edge. You know what I mean? You're like what the fuck is that? Like, you know what I mean? You hear a cricket, you like. So I'm a super paranoid individual. And plus, I've already had altercations at my mom's house to where I had shootouts broad daylight at my mom. And that's another reason to where it's like, yeah, you got to. But like,
yeah,
you're doing some, like, because I done had shootouts in front of her house, all types.
Yeah, you're a mess.
Yeah, too much. So I'm chilling, smoking, doing my thing. Hours go by. It's around like, let's just say, like 12 o'clock at night-ish. Boom, and then I'm laying in my bed, and I'm like I can't sleep. I'm like, let me just go smoke, whatever. Boom. I'm smoking like on the porch and I see this black truck that pulls up and I'm like, I'm thinking there's some other, coming for get back. I'm like, I'm always, you're always protected. You're always protected for sure. Always. I'm like, who the that? As soon as I see him and I start walking up, they sped off. I'm like, what the So, boom. I end up going up, laying back in the bed. I'm always checking the blinds every 2 seconds. Literally every two, like, still to this day, I be like,
Cause man, somebody remembers your ass
I be
still.
like, and my girl be like, what the
Hey, it's
Hey, I'll bust down, do some burpees, get up, and be like,
hey, that could be like a TikTok when you're paranoid about your past.
yeah, literally. So she's like, what the
Though, you know?
Yeah, she's like, man, who the I sign up with? I'm like, yeah. So I'm checking the blinds. I see that black truck again, and it's like 30 minutes later. I'm like, what the So I instantly get up, grab my shit, run out there, boom, they slide off. So I'm like, okay, next time I see that car, like,
You ain't enough.
I'm gonna run off, like, I'm gonna run out as fast as possible, and I'm just getting off, like, I'm getting off. Boom. So I don't end up seeing the car again, and then I end up dozing off, and then the police come at like 2:00 at night. They come like, I'm talking about like 50 cop cars. They got the bird on top of the house. They shine the light. All types of cop cars out there. They, blah, 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 wooty, 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 whoop. Come out. I'm like, damn. My mom is asleep. She don't even know. I'm like, damn, bro, it's over with. I'm like, damn. I'm like, fuck.
That's
I go
it.
I go to my mom's door. I knock on her door, like, she's all asleep and shit, come out in her robe, and she's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, I'm just looking like this. I'm like, she's like, what's going on? Then she start hearing this shit, and like, she look, she's like, she already knows. She didn't ask what I do.
Yeah.
She knows what type of individual I am. Yeah, you know what I mean.
She knows her son.
Everybody knows, like, if you know if your son is like a buster, if he's soft, if he's this, if he's that, if he's like, you know what I mean? Like, you know.
Yes.
So she already knows like what type of timing I'm on. Like, it can only be one
thing.
of two things.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? One of two things. And it's gonna be something super serious, like with him. Like, he's just too much. So boom. Yeah. They had us come and back out. So they had us back out one by one, faced backwards. So our back facing them. So we open the door. Then my mom go first. Boom. Then I go. Boom. Hands up, back facing them. They get me, put me in the police car. They put her in the police car too as well at first. They put her in the police car. I guess just to like separate us real quick. They put her in the car first. Then they put me in a separate car in the black truck that I kept seeing. Then like, boom, man, it hit me. I was like, damn, I was finna bust on the police.
That would have been 100 times worse too.
But like, we're known for that. Like, yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, like that's like kind of regular. That's why you got to be careful with them because they known to kill your ass quick. Like,
trust me.
Because they're used to getting busted on. So they're like, yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Which makes sense. So I'm like, damn. I was finna bust on the police. That's what I was like, damn, they was on me. So boom, they let her out the cop car. Then they sit her on the curb, and I guess like I see them like explaining to her like what I'm like what they came and what they got me. Boom, they take me down to the little substation or whatever. Take me down to the little substation. Boom.
Some water right there.
Yo. Nigga be parched. So they take me down to the substation. I know that they got me for this, but I'm thinking like, okay, they got a whole bunch of shit though. Like, not just this. They got all types of like I'm finna be under the jail. Like, they got all types of shit. And then they just tell me like, oh yeah, like, we got you for this. Like, the shit that just happened or whatever.
At the gas station.
Yeah, the gas station shit. I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. Boom. I stayed at the little substation. It was already at night. So, like I said, they came at like 2. So let's just say I got there at like 2:33-ish. and then 2:33ish from there, I stayed there at night till all the well. It's already morning, so I stayed there until the sunrise.
Yeah.
So like 7, 8 a.m. You know,
And you're 15.
15 years old. 15 years old. I don't know. I know what I'm facing, but I don't know what. Like, you know, I don't really know too much. They just know. I just know that you're here for a murder. Like, you know what I mean. Like, you got a murder, and then the other fucker, they like the other is clinging for his life. Most likely he's finna die too. So like, you got 2 murders. Like, damn. Like, whatever. Boom. So I end up going down to the juvenile hall. So I get to the juvenile hall in the morning, early in the morning, and then I go through the whole intake little process, and then that's when they like show me all the little boom, and I'm like, damn, this is my first time ever being locked up. I've never been locked up in my life, like ever. I've never caught a case, no school probation, you know.
Yeah.
Like nothing. I've never been on paperwork as far as like probation, you know, no probation.
Your first time dealing with the cops.
At all. Like first time ever in my life. You know what I mean? Boom. And then they're processing me. They got me in the intake, and then they're like, oh, okay. Like, it's saying that you're like you're from this gang. Cause I've been like with the homies in the hood, and then like gang tasks will come, and then boom, they're like, oh, you know, they put me under file and shit. So, but besides from that, like, you know,
never
no run-ins with the police in any way. So, boom, they're like, oh, okay, like, you're from this gang or whatever. I'm like, not from nowhere. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, okay, like, we got niggas from over here and over here and over here. So, like, if we put you over there, you're telling me, like, you're good, right? Like, yeah, I'm good with everybody. So boom, they do the intake process, and then back then, I don't know if they still do it now. When they bring you to the unit with like a gang of your enemies, they would bring certain of your enemies, not everyone, but like they would bring certain ones to come to your door to see like if it's gonna, like, you know, do that lip boxing real quick. So they bring a motherfucker to my door. He was like, boom, 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 boom. Like where you from? And I just chunk it up. I just chunk it up to him, and like, boom. And like, cause I see the police is right next to him. Chunk it up to him. I'm like, you know, I'm from Whoop-de-Whoop. He was like, oh, okay. All right. Like, he kept it gangster. Like, you know what I mean? He wasn't no. He's like, oh, okay. All right. Boom. Instantly, as soon as when I got out, got cracking. And so yeah, I had my first fight within the first couple of hours of landing in juvenile hall. But then juvenile hall was cool because they'll let you fight, and then it's just like they'll spray you up. They spray you the up. That's my first time ever being maced too. I was like, the shit was dripping down to my private area and shit. I'm like, God damn.
Burning.
What? I'm talking about, damn. Oh, look, let me tell you this too. Mind you, before I got locked up, I've never had sex in my life.
You're kidding.
No.
Aw, all you cared about was the streets of money. I get
That's
it.
what I was about to say. I was literally, my sole purpose in life was to like.
But did you have little girlfriends or no?
I had like
flirting girls, friends?
No, I had one girlfriend. I had one that I said like a real girlfriend. I had one girlfriend.
But you're a baby, yeah.
We never did nothing. We would kiss and all that little shit.
But all the girls wanted you because you had all the money, I bet you.
Yeah, but I was like,
you were too deep into it.
I was just too much. Like, I was just extra. But yeah, they all, like, I had money. I was fly and shit. Like, you know what I mean? I've always been like a fly ass nigga. You know what I mean? Like, I've always been just like hella fly. So like, I've like, even back then, like I had the jewelry and shit. Like back then, the rolly chains was the shit. So I had the rolly chains and the rope chains, and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I was fly. I was a fly ass nigga. And then I got the BMW. So I'm shitting. You know what I mean? I pull up. I would fucking do a little shit just to flex. Like I'll fucking pull up to the school, even though I don't go there. Hop out, show like 10 bands, skirt off, like like sell somebody.
You're all happy.
Sell somebody like a little sack. Sell somebody like a little an eighth or something. It's like, oh, that flex shit. pull out like 10 racks, whoop, skirt off. Like, damn, like, yeah. So all
the girls, yeah.
women always like me. Like, women always like me. Like, then, like, I'm a nice nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm nice. Like, obviously, I'm like extra'd out when it comes to that sense. But as far as
you have
like,
manners, you have respect.
Yeah, definitely. Where I was raised, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. That's just how I was raised.
Yes.
Like, if you didn't talk like that, nigga, you getting beat. Now that came from my dad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just
that.
good.
My mom pressed that too, but like that initial like fear of making sure you stay very, very respectful came from my father. So he's like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, you gonna respect your elders. Mm-hmm. If a man comes into this room, you address this man properly. If a woman comes into this room, you address this woman properly. So I always had that respect factor. I've always been a respectful, cool nigga. I've always been cool. Like, I'm real cool. But like, if you're in the gang world and you from places you ain't got no, you know what I mean, then I'm I'm
okay.
Totally
so you're 15. You never had sex. You got busted for his crazy shit.
Yeah. Never had sex. So, boom, I end up going to court because you got to go to court within 3 days. I think I went to court like within 2 days. But when you get locked up, you got to go to court within your first 3 days of getting locked up. So I go to court, and then she's like, public pretender. Public pretender is public defender. We call them we call them public pretenders. Boom, the public pretender is like, she was literally like, yeah, I can't do. She literally told me like, yeah, I cannot do nothing for you. Like, I was like, what? I'm 15 years old. She's like, yeah, she's like, these charges are very, very severe. This, that, and the third. And she was like, then you're under investigation for some more shit. That she said they got some other murders because there was a dude that was from my neighborhood, and he ended up getting locked up for like a hot one, and he's like running his mouth about everything, everybody under the sun. So they're like, yeah, they got you up under investigation for this and that. They got these other two pending. So you got another murder and another murder and another attempted murder pending. I'm like, damn. And she's like, yeah, I can't do nothing for you. I'm like, you need to get like an attorney. You need to get an attorney.
A real one. Yeah, but you had money, right?
Yeah, I had money. But like, this is my first court date.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm coming in the court with the waist chains shackled like this, looking like a T-Rex when they're cutting the ankle, cutting blood from my ankles and shit, you know, shackled to my ankles. I'm like, well, you know, I've never experienced this I'm like, damn, this is really like
happening. This
is really jail. Like, you know, I'm really in jail. And then like where I was at, I'm in the maximum security unit. So we're all fighting, like, you know what I mean? We're
all
like,
the kids.
We're all going to prison. And it's like, in the IE, we don't have no camps and stuff. You know what I mean? I know like LA County and San Diego County, y'all got a lot of camps and shit. Even though they've been closing down y'all camps now, they still got Kilpatrick and a couple other camps. But like, y'all had camps. We don't got none of that. So we had in the IE, you're going to prison. You're either going to adult prison or you're going to YA, which is juvenile prison. Same, not the same shit, but you know what I mean? You're still going to prison.
Yeah.
You're going to do a long period of time. So I'm like, damn, I'm really in jail. Like, and they're extra the out. Like, and our juvenile hall, they're extra the out. Like, you go to visiting. Visiting was like either every Sundays or Saturdays. You go to visiting and you go and see your mom shackled the like, I'm talking about like shackled up like you're on death row, like literally waist chains, ankle chains, like that's how they do at visiting.
Dang.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
not even in prison.
Yeah, I know. Our shit is extra. Like, it's not they take the chains off. No, you're in
visiting, sitting down.
You
like
have a contact visit, but you're in visiting, sitting right here in front of your mom with the chains on and that shit. So, you know, she's like, I can only imagine
her pain. Yeah,
what she's going through. And a lot of people don't understand that. When you got somebody that really loves you, when you're doing time, they're really doing that time with you. I know a lot of be selfish and they be, I did my time alone. You ain't do your time alone. Unless you didn't have nobody
at all.
Really, yeah, you know what I mean? At all. Like, really at all. You know, a lot of I didn't have nobody. mom was putting money on your books. Whether if it was once a month or, every 2 months.
Whatever.
She was there.
Yeah.
You could up on that phone and call in global telling and she's answering that mother.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You didn't have nobody. Like, so she's really like distraught. So boom, they end up pushing the court date back a month. So I go next month, and then my mom is like, boom, we gonna get a lawyer. So my mom and my brother gave my mom the money and shit. Cause we got money. Me and my brother was rolling hard. So my brother gave my mom the money and shit. Boom, got me a lawyer. Got me a good ass lawyer and shit. At the time it was $50,000. That was a lot of money.
No, yes.
Yeah,
for 14 and how old was your brother?
My brother is 2 years older than me.
Okay, 14 and freaking 17.
Yes. Yeah. 14, 16.
Yeah.
So at the time I was 15, he was 17. Yeah. So I get the lawyer. We go back to the next court date with my new lawyer, the real lawyer. And then now that's when they actually bring those charges on me. And then that's when they're like, yeah, you're facing 2 murders, 2 attempts, gang enhancement, gun enhancement, mayhem, malice. All this shit adds up to 127 years to life. I'm like, damn. They're like in the courtroom, boom. He's facing, boom, Wooty Whoop versus the state. Yep, Wooty Whoop versus the state. Is it the state or the county? At the time when you're in the county, it is the state, isn't it?
It's still state of California.
Okay. Wooty Whoop versus the state of California. Wooty Whoop, you're facing 127 years to life. At this moment, due to the severity of the crimes, we are direct filing you, transferring you to adult court. So right then and there, my second court date, I got direct filed, instantly sent to adult court. So at the time, I didn't know what. I'm like, what that mean? They're like, yeah. Like
You're getting charged as an adult.
You're facing multiple life sentences now. I'm like, damn. Like, when you're in the hood, the homies always be like, oh, you might as well go, do all your dirt when you're a juvenile because you go and kill somebody and do all this and, they going to give you a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, right.
But that's what the homies always tell you when you in the hood. So it's like, I'm like, man, I'm a kid. I'm good. I'm 15. Like, it don't matter what I did. Like, I'm good. They like, no, nigga, you're facing 127 years to life. And next week, you're going to be an adult Supreme Court. I'm like, what? Like, what? For real? Yeah. And then that's when I started really realizing where I was at. Because then even the homies that I was with and shit, like niggas that I went to school with, like in middle school and shit, middle school, elementary school and shit. And it's like, they're in there. And I'm talking that like caught bodies at 11 and shit. You know what I mean? Caught like 2-3 bodies at 11 and shit. 11, 12, 13. They've been in there just sitting. And they're like, yeah, like
this is real, fool.
Yeah, this is what it is. Cause one of the homies, he was fighting 111 years. I'm like, damn. I'm like, yeah.
You want to be playing
everybody that I was locked up with, we was all fighting life. Either, 25 years, 50 years, 100 years, 200. There was 200 years. It's like that documentary, They Call Us Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen? Yeah. People don't really realize that you could be 15 years old. Not no more. I'm going to tell you that once we get to, because they pass laws and shit now.
Yeah.
But at the time, you could literally be 15, 14 and get 100 years. Mm-hmm. Like literally 100 years. Like, so boom, I'm starting to really realize that I'm in jail. So at the time, we gangbanging hard. It's Juvenile Hall. So we fighting every day. Every single motherfucking day. It's Juvenile Hall is the county jail for juveniles. Mm-hmm. So niggas is coming in and out, in and out, in and out.
How long did you fight your case for?
2 years.
2 years.
So I was 17.
Oh, when you got sentenced. And what would you say was the craziest thing you experienced while being
in Juvenile
Hall?
The craziest thing, Juvenile Hall isn't really too crazy. Like it's crazy. Like it's just really fights.
Got it.
It's just hella
typical
fighting.
Normal.
You know
fights,
what I mean? It's just like back-to-back fights. So it's like Juvenile Hall. It's not nothing too super many.
Got it.
Unless you like a soft. You know what I mean? Like you know what you signed up for.
Yeah.
Like, you gonna fight every day.
Unless you're going there because you just don't want to go to school.
Yeah, literally.
Got
so I can't really, for juvenile hall, I can't really come up with nothing that that stands out to me.
Which is fine. I just have to ask.
Too crazy.
It's one of the questions that I always ask.
It was prison, level 4-yard prison, and then YA, because I've been to every facility.
Okay, so you're fighting your case. What did you actually get charged with, and what was your sentence?
I got charged with 2 murders, and I got 84 years to life at 17.
Wow.
17, I got 84 years to life. They charged me with 2 murders.
Wow. How did that make you feel at that moment? Because now you're super sober. Because obviously when you went in there,
No, I'm smoked out.
Oh, you're smoked out in there too.
Yeah, I'm smoked out still. I'm still getting high as fuck.
On weed and lean, everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not lean as much. Now we had ways to where we was getting lean in there, but like I'm smoked.
Yeah, but you're just smoking weed, bro.
Yeah.
You're not like
I was-
smoke. You ain't smoked out on
I
crazy
wasn't
shit.
fucking with the sconce. Yeah. I was never that. But look, yeah. So like my mindset after it locked in, I was like, this is before I got sentenced.
Mm-hmm.
This is when I got sent to adult court, and they're like, okay, like we're charging you as an adult now. That's when I locked in. I was like, okay, I'm finna at least do 30 years. That's what I told myself. I'm like, okay, I'm about to at least do 30 years. Since that day, that's when I was like, okay, I'm finna be the hardest in this bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm finna
The same way.
Like, I'm finna run this shit. I know I'm about to take my ass to prison. That's when I'm like, I'm thinking in the future now. I'm like, okay, I'm about to go to prison. Nigga, you're 140 pounds soaking wet. That ain't gonna fly. That ain't gonna fly. I started working out every single day. I went from not being able to do a push-up to literally I was doing 1,200 push-ups a day. 1,200 push-ups a day, 1,000 squats, and I was doing abs for like 2 hours. That's back then I was like shredded and I was swole as shit. I literally got swole in 3 months in juvenile hall. When I was on the streets, I didn't used to eat. I just smoke weed, but nigga eat snacks and shit. Chips, and all that. So in juvenile hall, that's when I started saving up. Like I started really eating. Like I'm saving my trays. Like this is coming. A lot of don't like the jet. Man, I'm eating that shit. I'm eating. So, and a lot of people ask like, how do motherfuckers swole in jail? For one, you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You get mandatory 3 meals. Plus, if you got resources, this, that, and the third, nigga, you gonna be making spreads. Most likely twice a day. This is juvenile hall. So everybody is getting shit. Like, they're giving you shit.
Yeah.
They're just giving you shit. So you don't have to have money in juvenile hall.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can still finesse and get your shit in, which we was doing, but you don't have to have nothing. You don't have to have resources. It's juvenile hall. You don't have to really pay for shit. Besides the phone calls. You got to pay for the phone. Back then, you got to pay for the phones. So that was it. Everything else, So I'm eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm eating 2 spreads a day, and I work out all day. All I do is work out every day. So I turned into a monster in there. Literally, since I was 16 years old, I've never been under 200 pounds. I literally went from 140 pounds. I was like 139. But would you say 140? 140 pounds, because I remember seeing that shit like on my paperwork, like 139. 140 pounds to 200 plus since I was 16 years old. Literally in 3 months I was swole, but in 6 months I was a monster. In a year of me being in juvenile hall, I was just like, nobody would even look my way. I was like a monster. Like niggas was still like, it's juvenile hall. Niggas is still
don't care.
Niggas don't care about your size. Like, no, that's scary nigga shit. But like twice. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would have enemies and they'd be like this small and
because you're a big ass fool.
yeah, still be like oh shit though. And I just slap them to sleep or something like. But
chill, fool.
Nah, for real though. But I turned into a literal monster. Like literal monster. I remember I was going to court and shit, and then the judge was telling my lawyer like,
You changed.
yeah, that's what he was telling her, like, and then she was telling me like, yeah, the judge is saying he's not liking like what he's seeing. Then plus he's seeing all my reports and all my like, you know what I mean, I'm getting caught smoking weed.
You're fighting.
I'm fighting. They say I'm fighting and manipulating shit to cite little riots and this, that, and the third. So it's like, yeah,
You're
I'm
boss.
not saying, yeah, like literally, like I'm like a grown ass man now. So, boom, I ended up, like I said, they ended up getting me 84 years to life at 17. So, at 17, I'm there. They still keep me in juvenile hall because I'm about to turn 18 in like a couple months, literally like 3-4 months. So they were gonna send me to YA at first and have me just wait at YA until I went to prison. Cause now they don't do the 17 in prison, none of that. So they were gonna send me to YA, but they was like, the time that it takes for you to catch the chain to go to YA,
You'll be 18.
yeah, it's gonna be the time for you to take your ass. You know what I mean? So they just kept me. Once they fully sentenced me, they separated me. I was in my own unit. By myself, literally. It was me and then another dude, a Hispanic dude, one of the homies. He not from my neighborhood, but
Yeah, he's a homie.
Yeah, he was a homie. He got like 90 some years, but he was younger than me. He was 14 when he got locked up, so he was already there, like before me.
Yeah,
he was already there before me, and he got like 90 some years, and it was literally just me and him in the unit by ourselves, literally. Chilling. And then the day before my 18th birthday, they transferred me to the county jail. Then I was sitting in the county jail tank. And then mind you, when I got booked into the county jail, I was already 215 pounds. 215, like pure muscle though. Not that fat buff shit that these on the yard, you got big arms, but your belly bigger than y'all. Like, you know what I mean? No. Like, I'm like pure muscle, 215 pounds. I'm doing 1,200 push-ups a day. This is me at my peak. Like, I worked up to the 1,200. I didn't just get in there in 6 months. I was doing 1 push-up to 2 to 20 to 100. Then I remember when I worked up to 500 a day, and I'm like, damn, I'm doing hella push-ups. I used to be telling my mama, like, oh, I do 500 push-ups a day. She's like, damn, like 500 push-ups? I'm like, yeah. Mom's always like,
support.
Mom's is my backbone. She's always like, she had me like throughout regardless. Like, even if I'm doing some dumbass shit, like,
that's mom.
She gonna love me and support me through it. Like, and she gonna shine like the good on it. Even if it's a horrible situation, she gonna make it like seem good. Like, damn, you doing 500 put like, yeah, 500, like, yeah. Then I worked my way up to 1,200. Then I was like, I was monsters. So I get into the county jail. I'm 215 pounds. I'm a monster. Plus I'm already like, I'm a dude that's down for certain things, like, for certain individuals from certain rival neighborhoods and this, that. Like, so everywhere I go, obviously I have a target because, niggas know what the fuck I'm down for. But boom, I hit the county. I only ran into one individual because I was only there for a couple of days because I landed there like on a Friday. Then I caught the chain on a Wednesday.
Okay.
Because the chain for us leaves every Wednesday. So I got there Friday and I left on a Wednesday. So the tank that I landed in a tank with one of my enemies. And then this was like, you just came like down from prison? Came from juvenile hall. That's how monstrous I was. He was like, damn. That nigga was like, you a big ass juvenile, like literally like.
You're a big ass kid.
But I'm on some juvenile shit. I'm on some like, this is my enemy. I'm on
yeah,
some,
but
like,
it's different.
Yeah, I'm on some like your hood type like, talk, like, you know what I mean. So I'm extra the fuck out. I'm extra like fuck this fuck, like, you know what I mean, like. I'm gonna knock you out.
They knew you were a juvenile.
Like, I'm gonna knock you out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna knock you out. That was my thing. Like, I'm gonna knock you out. And he was like, damn, like, he was like a porter. So he come out, boom, he's come to my cell. He's like, oh, so you from Wooty Woo? He's like, yeah, we gonna get out the way. I'm like, yep, I'm extra out screaming and shit like, whatever. All that little young guy shit. And then he comes back and he's like, you just came from prison? I was like, hell nah. Like, I just came from juvenile hall. He's like, juvenile hall? That's when his whole perspective changed. He's like, you a kid? He's like, you a big ass juvenile. He was like, damn. Like, literally, I was this size. Like, literally, I was already this size. Like, in prison, I was double what I am right now. Like, I'm literally small to what in prison, I was double this. I was literally like a monster in prison. Like, I'm going to get to that, though. So he was like, damn, like, oh, you a baby. Like, like. Damn.
And you're like, man, don't baby me.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm on some, like, oh, like, I'm going to knock you out, bro. Like, he's trying to be on some cool shit because, he's a grown-ass man. Like, he's a grown-ass, he's on some cool shit. I didn't know, like, I'm still in the juvenile mindset. And in adults, it's like, we have that respect and we know, okay, you from
go
over
together.
Here. Yeah, you from over here. Okay, we going to get it out the way. Okay, whatever. And then you come out and you just cool with a nigga and you be cool, play cards, whatever. Then when it's time and you handle your business. But I'm on some young juvenile shit, so he's trying to talk to me, but I'm like, whatever you're like, nigga, fool.
I don't care about anything you're saying.
Like, I'm finna knock you out, bro. And he was like, I'm gonna lace you up. I'm like, man. So, boom, I come out. He's like, calm down. Nigga, he laces me and shit. We end up getting out the way. Then he was just like, yeah, man. Like, you finna go to them big boys. And he already did 3 times in prison. Like, he already did 3 terms. But when I land, I'm in the prison pod. So in county jail, in our counties, they got specific pods to where they're like high power pods that are you're strictly fighting like life sentences, big cases and shit, like very televised cases. Mm-hmm. Or you already did like 2 or 3 prison terms. So when you come back to county jail, you got high points, so they lined you in there. So I'm in the prison pod. So I'm in here with, mm-hmm. Not the that then already did 2, 3 prison terms, already. Grown ass men. My belly, when I got in there, he was like 45. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, I'm fresh 18. So he laces me and he's like, we get it out the way, we handle our business. And he's just like,
did you knock him out?
No. Nah, I didn't knock him out. I beat him up though. But I didn't knock him out though.
So he puts you up on game.
Yeah, he puts me up on game and he's like, look, like, I know you coming from juvenile hall, but like none of that shit matters. Like, this is like, he's like, this is some real serious shit. He's like, cause I know you turned, I know you young, you extra, but that shit gonna get you killed. As he was like, cause he's like, what you down for, the time you got, you're going to the, you're going to the 4 yard. You going to where it's no hands-on policy. That's what he was telling me this shit. And it's like, damn. Like, in juvenile hall.
Hands-on 24/7.
Yeah. Just stab my like a little pencil. Like, oh, grab a little pencil in the school and stab. Like, little bullshit. There ain't no real stab. You know what I mean? Nothing. Like, it's all fists. So he's telling me like, yeah, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, it's no hands-on policy. Nigga, we're playing with shanks. Metal, this, that, and the third. You a young, extra out, big-ass nigga. He's like, for one, you big as niggas are going to be afraid of you. Niggas don't want to fight you. And he's like, for one, they ain't going to fight you. Then your size and how big and how extra you are, niggas ain't like, oh, yeah.
They're not like you.
He's a problem. We just finna get him out the way. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, we just finna get him out the way. And he was like, nigga, you gotta learn how to maneuver. So I hear him. He's telling me like certain stories, and it's just giving me like a damn. Like it's really hitting me like fuck. Like I'm finna really. And he's lacing me like the whole time. And literally, like I said, I was there. I got there on like a Friday and I left on a Wednesday. So I was there a couple of days. So I leave, I catch the chain. And when I catch the chain, I see it's no joke. Sheriffs is there. They, nigga, shut the f up. Get the f on this bus. Shut the f up. Anybody say a f word, we gonna stop this bus. We gonna whoop your ass. We gonna throw everybody's property out. I'm like, damn, like, you know what I mean? They're like, hey. I ended up catching the chain with one of the OGs from our neighborhood. And he was like, yeah, youngster, like, don't
Chill.
say no words on this bus, like nothing, nigga. Like, you feel me? Like, just cool, just cool. I'm like, all right, for sure. He's like, don't say nothing, like nothing. He said, like, nigga, because they'll pull over, they'll throw mother out, and I'll be like, nigga, this nigga, you know, this nigga is the reason why you don't have your shit. Remember that. It's him. You know what I mean? So I'm learning, like, okay, I'm with the big boys. Like, you know, he's with shotgun. This, I'm like, damn, okay, this shit is real. You know what I mean? We shackle to the flow. It's the real deal now. So I ended up going to Wasco. I ended up going to Wasco for reception. And reception, you know, you lock down. Reception is like, shit, you might come out, shit, once or twice a week. You know what I mean? When I was there, we was coming out like once or twice a week.
How long were you at reception for?
About like 3 months.
Okay.
3 months, yeah. It was real quick. It was real quick. Like 3 months. And shit, just being in reception was showing me like, I've never been locked in a cage that long. You know what I mean? Like in juvenile hall, like you'll fight them and they'll like, you know, they might put you in the room, and if you're really doing too much, they'll throw you in the hole. You got a little hole. But you could only, you know, there's so many juvenile laws and shit to where they can only have you confined
For a certain amount of time.
Yeah, literally for so long. So it's like, you know what I mean? You could do basically whatever, and they can only confine you for so long, and then you come out and then they'll put you back. But like, you know what I mean? So I'm really seeing the seriousness of like, I'm like, damn, when we finna come out? And it's like, nigga, we come out whenever we come out. It's like, nigga, you better get used to this. Like, get used to this, nigga. Whenever you
That's
come
what your
out,
first Sally told you.
Yeah, it's my first Sally. I'm like, damn. It's like whenever we come out, I'm like, this prison.
Did he teach you how to bird bath in the reception?
Yes. Learn how to bird bath. That was an adjustment because in juvenile hall we have separate showers, like separate showers, and the one that I was in, because there's certain ones, like, because I was in a maximum security pod in juvenile hall, and the other pods is like open dorm. It's open dorm, so they have like one big shower and then they all shower together. But where I was at, we had single showers, so it was like rooms, but they're showers. They converted them and made them into showers. So yeah, the nigga laced me up. I'm like, nigga, how we gonna shower? How we gonna, you know, commissary? I'm thinking commissary. It's like, ain't no commissary. Nigga, ain't no shower. Nigga, you get in this bird bath, this, that, and the third. Okay, when do I get a phone call?
You don't.
He's like, nigga, ain't no phone. He's like, ain't no phone call. That's just like, ain't no phone call.
You just
nigga.
gotta let it right home. Hey, I'm in reception. I'll let you know when I land.
Yeah, ain't no phone call. I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? So reception was kind of rough for me, literally, because juvenile hall, you got so much freedom, so much wiggle room, like you do whatever.
Tell me about your first bird bath. Did you make a mess?
Hell yeah.
Was your celly mad? Like,
he wasn't mad.
Not mad, but you know.
He wasn't mad because he understood. Like, he knew, you know, I'm a child and I'm getting taught these things. But everybody was just telling me, like, you know, you a young nigga, you learning, but you got to learn quick. And it's like, you learn first time, second time. That's it. Like, first time, second time, that's it. Niggas ain't got time to be babying you.
And time is all we got.
Yeah, because you killed somebody, nigga, you old enough to be on this yard.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? Like, nigga, what you did, you was hard enough and you was old enough.
That's
you
right.
was man enough to land your ass on this yard, so stand on that. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean? So that was.
So if you're watching and you're listening to this and you think you're all hard, you only gonna learn one time.
No, 100%.
And don't cry.
Nah, for real. And that's how I look at life in general. Like, when even with like young niggas and shit, it's like, don't cry over your consequences because you was old enough to do whatever.
That's right.
Back then you was old enough, like, you know what I mean, you was man enough to do what you was doing. Don't cry wolf talking about, oh, you're just a child, and we don't
All
give
of
a
a
fuck
sudden.
about none of
Yeah,
that.
nobody cares.
None of that, literally. So I learned that quick. And then, like, the neighborhood that I'm from, obviously I'll tell you off camera. I ain't gonna
Yes.
tell you. Yeah, the neighborhood that I'm from is the biggest neighborhood in the United States. Like, we're not just like IE, we're everywhere. So like, I'm quite sure you have an idea, but I'll tell you, like, I'll confirm and tell you off camera. But and we don't gang bang. We're gang members.
That part.
We're non-active gang members. I'm just a nigga that's from where I'm from, and I'm always gonna be where I'm from.
That's
but we
right.
do not gang bang. Gang bang means you're actively pressing a line and banging your hood. You know what I mean? We do not gang bang. So just so we clarify, like
I mean,
here
sometimes it's gang, but
yeah. Just so everybody know, so like I'm out here, like I'm on here gang bang. No, we're not gang banging. You know
but if you ask me where I'm from, I'm gonna say
I'm from
it.
where I'm from.
Yeah.
Point blank. Go f- and I don't care where nobody else is from. I don't care. I don't, like I tell people, I don't have no enemies. None of that. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Now, if you approach me on some shit, thinking shit like, however you come, you gonna get what you looking for times 100.
Yes.
Times 100.
Like don't play with fire.
Yeah.
Especially when the fire is not even lit.
Yeah, because I don't. Because
I'll spark quick.
One thing, don't get it twisted. I give no fucks. Like obviously, I'm blessed. I got a second chance at life.
Amen.
I give.
Yeah. No. You know what? And I feel like when for example, the kind of line that we're in, my husband and I, people are always trying to like trigger.
Yeah. And then what I learned from that. Cause like I was telling you, since I came home from prison, I've been a very viral sensation. And it's like, what I've learned from that is God is testing you to see if you know your true worth. And it's like, are you going to allow a clown? Like, like I tell niggas this, like, if you've never like fought life or like been on a maximum security prison, nigga, like don't even really talk to me about no certain, because you don't know. Like I understand if you young and you getting into it, you don't need to be getting into that lifestyle from the first place. But
if you are, then that's.
But these old that try to be like, oh, I know this and I know that, and I be talking like they're individuals like us, and I'm thinking like, oh, okay, like this an OG nigga, he did some time, real solid. It's like, oh yeah, I've never, like, wait, what? Like,
get
come
out of
on,
here,
bro. Like, get up, like when we was on that yard, we was all solid, like real killers, like solid killers, like you know what I mean. Like we talking about the hardest, the most throughout the whole state of California. And we got to remember, California is the gang capital of the world. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? We talking about real solid individuals. Like the shit that I've been through and I've seen and I've done, man, it's most of these, like I tell niggas all the time, like even with my girl, she be like, why are you so hard? Why are you so hard? I'm like,
you can't help it.
These niggas are soft. It's not about me being hard. I'm just a true man. It's not nothing about gang banging or nothing.
Yeah, it's about self.
Like, true man, like back in the days, like you told me your age. I'm not gonna say it on camera. You know what I mean?
Everybody knows I'm 42 years old.
Okay,
and I'm proud. I'm proud.
Yeah, you told me your age. You're 42. People from your generation in their 40s and in their 50s, men was totally different. And you know what I'm talking about. Men was true men. Like that was a true man. Like you'll never see this nigga cry, hurt, nothing. Like nigga ain't gonna show nothing.
But it's okay to cry, guys.
No,
let that shit out.
It is.
Just not in certain occasions. Yeah.
In a private setting.
Yeah.
In a private setting.
Depending on the situation.
In a private setting with, somebody that is truly on your side and truly with you. Like if you got a woman or something that really loves you, not just random ass and we ain't fucking. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to your reception.
Okay.
We'll get to the outside. We kind of, I kind of like, I'm a sidetracker, Yeah. So you're in reception, you're getting there, you're learning how to bird bath, you're learning how to, how to adjust to that life.
Yeah, adjust to the real prison lifestyle, real prison. Like real cell, even though Juvenile is the same cells type shit, but never had a cellie before, boom, because of the maximum security in Juvenile. Oh, well, besides from when I went to county, but that was real quick.
Yeah.
Boom. So never really had a cellie. This, that, and the third. Really learning this shit and seeing that the staff, the police, the guards, the COs, they throw your ass in there nigga, you're an animal. We don't give a kill each other, whatever. Kill each other. We gonna bet on who we think is gonna win, and we gonna come and clean up the mess when y'all done. So I learned that real quick in reception. Then when I actually landed in on the main line, I went to Calipatria B yard. That's the level 4 yard. When I went there, man, somebody got killed the first day. Literally, my first day is boots blown out. You know what I mean? Like stabbed like times. I've never like, I come from obviously like
you've seen things, but it's different.
Yeah, and us like as blacks, we're more with like the pistol play. I know as far as like Hispanics, y'all with the pistol play for sure. But you know what I mean? It's more common for, where a Hispanic come with a knife or something, stab you up too. But me, I've never seen no stabbing like that ever in my, I'm like, what? Like that was the most like animalistic shit I've ever seen at the time. I'm like, well, you shoot somebody, it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But like, you gotta get up, really, really, like, you know what I mean? You driving in and out of this person's body, 40 something times. And then the craziest part about it, this died, airlifted his ass, they took his ass out. They like, resume yard.
Like nothing.
Resume yard. And like I told you, I'm from, the neighborhood that I'm from is the largest neighborhood. So it's a million of us in there. And they like, yeah, nigga, this is what it is. Like, this is what it is, fool. Like, nigga, resume yard. Like, get back on this pull-up bar, nigga.
Like nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing. I'm like, damn, like, what the niggas are dropping like flies. So, yeah, I realized this shit is crazy. But I landed there, and one of my OGs, he's like a dude that like runs everything, like every prison yard, every like wherever the goes, he runs everything. Like he's taking the whole prison, he's taking the whole like he's like, you know what I mean, like
for you guys,
for us, for the blacks, yeah, for the blacks. He lands and he's like, you know what I mean, he's that individual. So, and he's from my neighborhood, and I knew him from when I was a little ass baby, but he's where like he'll get out for like a month or two, you know what I mean, max 6 months. Nigga been out max 6 months probably for like 30 years, you know what I mean, type shit, like one of those type of dudes. So when I landed up over there, and he was like, boom. This
is reception still?
No, this is the main line.
Oh, okay, yeah, you already got Calipatria,
yeah. We with them lions, tigers, and bears now. Yeah, we with them killers. It's no play. 23-1, all that. So I land over there, and he's like, boom, I'm gonna move you over here. I'm gonna move you into my cell. I'm gonna move you to my building.
Oh, wow.
Down the third. Yeah.
And you're the baby.
Because I fell under his name. You know what I mean? Like I fall under his name.
So, and you're the baby.
Yes.
Just getting there.
Yes, I'm the baby. Youngest nigga in the yard. Youngest nigga. Well, there was some other that was my age.
Well, you're not his boy.
No.
I mean, those fools aren't his boys.
No, just me. But yeah, for the most part, there was no younger than me. If there was somebody, there was a couple my age, but for the most part, I'm the fuck on the yard. Everybody else is, grown ass men, real life grown ass men. And then this is when he moves me into his building, moves me into his cell, and he was like, nigga, I'ma show you how to become the best gangster you could possibly become. Like, you know what I mean? Type shit. Like,
in here.
Yeah, like I'm finna really lace you, nigga. You right here with me. We all got life. He got life. I got life. He's like, I'm finna really lace you. He said, you already got the working out down point. That's good. Cause like when I landed in prison, like I told you, I was already doing 1,200 a day in juvenile hall. So boom, I upped that shit quickly. Cause he was like, how many push-ups you do? I'm like, I do 1,200. I've been doing 1,200 a day. He's like, 1,200? That was in juvenile hall. You doing 2,000 now. He's like, 2,000 a day. So I'm like, okay. But he was like, you already got the physical down point. Like, you know what I mean? You already got the physical down point. Now you need to get your mind right. That's just like, now you need to get your intelligence up. You need to start studying books. You need to start studying, first of all, our culture, you know what I mean? As coming from African descent, this, that, and the third. To understand who you truly are, you have to understand your ancestors. And then you have to understand everybody. So I've studied every culture, Asian culture, Hispanic culture, everyone. You know what I mean? Like,
that's cool.
Everything. Like, literally, I've read so many books. Like, in my bag, I got 2 books in my bag right now. Like, I'm a reader now. But mind you, before this, I've never read a book in my life. So it's like, you know, it's like you banging me over the head. Like, what I gotta read? He's like, mandatory, you're reading 2 hours a day, at least. You're finna read 2 hours a day, nigga. You finna write shit on what learn. Like, you know, like, this nigga's really quizzing me on some shit. Like, nigga, this
he's down. I love that.
Yeah, no. This is like an extra out militant mother. Like, I'm talking about militant. If militant had a name, it would be this motherfucker. And like, one thing that I learned about prison is that them ones that run shit are the calmest, most collective. They're not the dudes that come in all, you know, like a bull. They're in the back with the glasses that look like a nerd that just, like, you know what I mean, it's so calm and collective and respectful. But, you know, yeah, it's a wrap. But those is the ones. So he started showing me how to really move, and I started really learning about, because I always been very, very good with my words, but I started learning how to really articulate myself to a higher level, to the highest degree. So I started getting my manipulation up, you know what I mean? So I started reading 48 Laws of Power, you know, Art of Seduction.
All the main ones.
Everything. Every psychology book, not just all the Robert Greene books, but all the psychology books, everything that has to do with how the human mind thinks and how the human mind reacts to certain things and emotions. Because most things is about emotional intelligence. If you understand emotions, you understand how the human operates and why they operate and react to the things they react to. So I started doing that, and I'm starting to get, like, you know what I mean, next level. Like, my gangster is starting to go way, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm motherfuckers over. Like, and I learned it's very easy in life with everything. If you doing 1,000 push-ups, all I have to do is come and do 2,000, and I'm gonna beat you, and do it consistently over time. That's where the discipline comes. Because anybody could do something for a day or 2, a month, 6 months, a year.
Just keep doing it.
Do this shit for 10 years straight.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Like, oh, you want to try me? Let's see who is here longer.
Exactly. So I started studying more. I started exercising more. I started doing everything of that sort more to the highest extent. And then, like I told you, I was already plugged in on the streets when it came to, like, you know, drugs and stuff. So that's when I started.
And you still had your brother out there.
Yep, I still got my brother out there, and he's going crazy. That's when I started, like, going crazy in prison as far as money wise. Like, money. He showed me how to maneuver and start making money and start going crazy. And then they ended up sending his ass somewhere because they had a melee on the other yard, on C yard. So they ended up sending his ass to High Desert. He's still in High Desert right now, and High Desert is the worst prison in California, so everybody knows. Motherfuckers be saying Pelican Bay.
Well, it's changed now. Pelican Bay is changing. Like, it's completely like changed.
Yeah. But as of right now, and for the past, like, years, High Desert. Everybody knows High Desert is that shit. And then, like, every level 4 goes crazy. High Desert goes crazy. Calipatria got that name, you know, Killipat. You go, you know, it's the killers over there. Killipat. Salinas Valley goes crazy. When I was in prison, Salinas Valley, they was going crazy. They was doing some many shit. Corcoran does their thing, but they only got 1 yard. They literally only have 1 yard, and I don't even know if they still have that still. But they only have 1 yard since when I was over there.
Were you went to all the prisons?
No.
You stood at what prison?
Calipatria.
Okay.
Calipatria,
Your whole
BR,
8 years.
No. Cause I got resentenced, then they sent me to YA. Then I switched into a whole nother
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you were in Cali, what would you say was the craziest thing you experienced? And it doesn't have to be no murder shit. It could just be, what is the craziest thing you experienced?
I would say showing, like, really seeing for their families
From in
behind
there.
bars. Like, I'm talking about paying off mortgages, property, like supporting big families from prison.
Yeah.
Like really going crazy. And it's like, cause I was doing it. I started going crazy. Like I see, like he showed me how to maneuver. Then I started going crazy, like crazy, like six figures, like stupid in prison, like real life, like retarded. So that's what I would say. Like the killings and stuff is obviously it's prison, so you expect that, especially in these higher yards. But the thing that was the most craziest thing that I like being able to provide. Like I had a girl that I was dealing with at the time. I bought her a Maserati in prison. Like bought her a Maserati and all. Like I was going crazy.
She was visiting you?
Yeah, visiting me, all that. We was gonna get married.
Because you wanted to lose your virginity.
Yeah. She didn't know I was a virgin though. I was capping.
Dang, fool, you would have been all shaky.
Hell yeah, I was shaky when I got out. I was
We'll get there.
Yeah, but yeah, I bought her a Maserati.
I'm gonna make that one a real fool.
I'm going crazy, but I'm really like running.
Yeah, you're doing your shit for sure.
Like, I'm really running shit like in prison. Like this is when that's where I get that that King of California shit, because it's like we really start running shit, like really like from prisons we're really running this shit. So yeah, I'm starting to go crazy in prison like that. They sent him, so
because you guys were probably a disaster together.
Oh yeah, because he didn't have all the resources I had, as far as like he was very intellectual and very tied in and very connected, but I had
the people out here.
Yes, I had like women that I could call and they'll go from here to there, and like
I get it.
I had like shit. He had other connections and other resources, but I had other things that'd make it just go retarded. So we're in prison flowing. Flowing. I'm talking about, 20 phones, 30 phones. We're going retarded. All the, obviously all the drugs you can imagine. This, just, that, and the third. We're going crazy. So when he leaves, I'm pretty much like the nigga on the yard now. Like I'm that nigga because I'm controlling everything. I got the money. I'm the swollest nigga over there. I'm the biggest nigga in prison. Literally. I got the money. I got the connect. Like, so I'm the nigga. Like, I'm running the yards and shit now. And then, like, as far as being black, our shit is different. Because I know with y'all, with Woods and Hispanics, it's more of a hierarchy. And black politics, it's more of who's gangsta is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who's on a higher level as far as game banging wise. So it's like, you could be 16, but your gangster is way higher than this nigga that's 32. So like you're over him. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So that's what it is for. Because I know a lot of people, they be like, oh, how could you come into prison and you start running shit at 18, 19, 18, 19, 20 years old and stuff. But it's like our black politics is different. Our shit is like, it's really like anything goes. Like, you know what I mean? It's like really dog eats dog world. It's like whatever. Like, you could do whatever. If your gangster is superior to this nigga's, then you're over him. Then you just bogart your way into shit. Like, literally. That's just what it is. Yeah, that's just what it is. You just bogart your way, and then it's like, we're all with that. We're all ready to die about our shit. We're all willing to die about our shit. But then when you have the resources, you create armies. So not only are you willing to die about your shit, but you created resources and you have an army that's backing you, that's willing to die about your shit too, because you're providing and you're feeding everybody. So that's how you take over shit. So boom, my lawyer, my mom and my lawyer this whole time, I'm on some like extra out Godfather, like I'm trying to be
It's a disaster.
I'm trying to be fucking Al Capone. Like, you know what I mean? I'm on
You're
some,
a mess,
like,
bro. You're a mess.
I'm trying to be Al Capone at this point. Like, I'm on some way out other shit. So my mom and my lawyer, the whole time they're telling me like, don't worry, you're gonna get out. I'm like, man, set that. Like,
you're not even on that shit
like,
anymore.
I
You
don't
ain't
even
even.
give
Yeah.
yeah, like I don't even give like nigga, I'm running shit in there. Like I don't like literally my mind is set on prison. Like, you know what I mean? Like running
That's
yards
your life,
and shit.
yeah.
Like that's my mind. So they was doing all this homework, all this research, all this, you know, just working on the nigga behalf the whole time while I'm just on some other shit. So
Not
they
caring.
ended up not caring at all. So they ended up passing this law. This law passed in 2019, but they didn't end up going into effect until 2020. It's Senate Bill 1391. It's the law that I fell under. It falls under Prop 57, but it's Senate Bill 1391. And Senate Bill 1391 it's the first law ever in the state of in the United States. No other state has this law. So in the state of California, if you're 15 or under, you can no longer be charged as an adult no more. No longer. And now I think in 2022 they added an extra clause on it to where if you're 16 and under now, and then they made another law to where if you're a juvenile, no matter what, you have to have your 707 fitness hearing. At first,
What is a 707 fitness hearing?
So a 707 fitness hearing is a hearing that it's basically like a juvenile trial to see if you're fit for juvenile court or if they're going to send you to adult court.
Got it.
So before they passed that law, they had direct filing. So if you are an individual like myself, if you went down for like home invasions, let's just say hella strong arm robberies, murders, attempted murders, very serious crimes, they would just direct file your ass. They'll see your case, they'll be like, oh, it's too severe, direct file him. Like, we're not hearing him in juvenile court. Boom, direct file him. He's going to adult court. That's what it is. So now they got laws to this day, which is a blessing, thanks to God, to where you have to give every juvenile a fighting chance. Like every young man, every young woman has to have a fighting chance. They can no longer just, okay, you killed somebody,
You're getting life.
Life. Like no longer. And then they passed another law to where no more LWOP. So let's just say you committed a murder and you ended up failing your 707 fitness hearing, so you didn't get it. So you went through the whole process, you went to juvenile trial, and they found you unfit. Unfit means, you lost your trial.
Yeah.
They found you unfit, so they sent you to adult court. Now you can't get life without parole no more. See,
you just get a gang of years, but you have a chance to come home.
Yeah, you get a gang of years, and then even I think it's like regardless, you have to see the board within 10 years now.
Because
like,
you grow and you change.
Yeah, like regardless. It don't matter if you got 300 years, like regardless, you have to. So no more LWOP. If you're a juvenile when you get locked up, you have to have a trial to see if they're going to find you fit for juvenile court or send you to adult court. And now it's 16 or under, but Senate Bill 1391 was 15 or under, but now 16 and under, you could no longer, no matter what you do, unless probably like some terror shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some extra out terror shit, a school shooting, a mall shooting, you could no longer be tried as an adult no more. So that law came into effect, and then my mama and my lawyer was like, nigga, like you're coming home type shit. Like you're coming home. Boom, I got the shit in the mail. This, that, and the third. They was like, nigga, you got a court date. I'm like, what the? I'm like, but mind you, I'm full-fledged like Al Capone mindset right now. Like I'm on some.
I don't want to go.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, I'm not never going. Like I'm seeing my mom at visiting, and I'm scaring her, cause like she feels my vibration and my demeanor and my aura and the shit that I'm saying.
It's just like
some extra out institutionalized, like, you know what I mean? Just like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm hurting her heart. I'm hurting her heart because she's seeing like, this nigga's like, whoa, like he's getting lost in there now. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's losing himself in there.
Even more.
Yeah, even more, for sure. Because I was already lost in the gangbanging on the streets, but now I'm lost in prison. And you got to think about it. This is the highest level of gangbanging. You know what I mean? When you're a gang member, to be honest, you're like, you look up to the homies that, you know, your goal is to, like, you know,
be in there,
do dirt for your hood and get life. Like, and, you know, and statue. Like, that's your goal. So, like, literally, as a gang member, true gang members, like, that's your goal. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree.
So, my mom is seeing that I'm getting lost in that. So, boom, they snatched me up out of that. So, they're like, boom, you got a court date. So, damn, they end up sending me back to the county jail. So, now I go to the county jail. And like I said, I'm on some Al Capone, way out other shit. So I go to the county jail, and I instantly just start running shit in there. As soon as when I get over there, I'm a monster. I'm like 270 pounds. Right now I'm 250. But like I said, I'm smaller. Back then I was huge. I was literally double what I am right now. I'm 270 pounds, monster, like a walking monster, and I'm young. I mean, when I come back to the county jail, I'm 20 years old. I'm 20. I'm young. I remember my first court date, the judge said, you look like you just did a 15-year shoe term, like in the hole. Like, you look like a monster. Like literally, this is what he was telling me.
Like, sorry, sir, but I'm just buff.
Yeah, he's like, I'm telling you, it got to the point to where they was telling, because I still had to go through my 707 hearing. I don't know why they made me do it, because regardless, they had to give me the shit. And that's the thing about California. They'll sentence you to some shit knowing there's a law that contradicts what they just sentenced you, even though they know that. But, like, you got to be smart to catch it. Like, that's what California does. Like, they'll sentence you to some shit, and the law already been in effect for a couple of years, and they'll just be like, oh, if you catch it, you catch it. If you don't then you're, because they're trying to get as many years as they can possible out of you.
For sure.
So, boom, I go, I'm in court. So the judge is like, yeah, like, I could tell he's not rocking with, like, what he has to do. And then my lawyer is telling me, like, please, like, just stop working out. She's like, don't work out. Literally, she's like, for this time period, just don't work out till we're done with court. Like,
oh
don't
my
work
God.
out. I swear to you. I'm in there looking like I'm hugging the 4Xs. I'm in the 4X. I'm hugging the shit like real life, like Tukey Williams monster. Like coming in the juvenile court though. Look, I'm coming in the juvenile court where they're seeing 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds, and I come in there and he's like, bro, it looks like you just did 15 years in the shoe.
But I mean, you just were working out.
I know, but like, you got to think about it. We're talking about old white men.
Yeah, but it's like
old white
I would feel like, okay, you know what? This young man is concentrating on his body.
Yeah, he got discipline.
He's working out. It's like, you know, like, that's a positive thing.
I know, but they look at it, you know, everything is perception. Mm-hmm. Everything is perception. They see big, swole. They read the file. You know what I mean? Gang, that, whoop. They like, oh yeah, this is a problem. Like this.
No, I understand for sure.
Because it's just perception. It's just perception. Which at the time I was a problem. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you accept accountability for yourself.
It was a problem for sure.
So what happens? They send you back to.
So I end up catching 2 charges while I'm sitting in the county jail on some dumbass shit. I catch 2 assaults with GBI. So I catch 2 charges. So I literally almost my whole like
going
shit.
Home.
The DA was trying to like find some way of like to where I could just get my adult life sentence back. So boom, thank God that didn't go through. They ended up getting me like 2 years for one of the assaults, and then the other one I got probation type shit. Boom. So they ended up sending me to YA. Long story short, they resentenced me to juvenile life now. And juvenile life in the state of California is till you're 25 years old. 25. Boom. So I go to YA. I'm like, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm already big dog. So I'm just like, you know, wherever I go, like this shit is
Not.
and like, you know what I mean? Like I was already
You're too cool for life.
Yeah, I'm already at the highest level and I ran that shit. So it's like whatever. I go to YA. totally different ball game.
Those fools ain't giving.
Hey, them young niggas is turned the fuck up.
Were there some buffos like you?
Fuck up. Yes. Yes. Not my size, but yes, there were some big ass niggas in it. But there was a lot of motherfuckers coming back from prison though.
Oh, that you saw there.
Man, look, when I get to intake, I think I'm a reception. When I get to reception, to the YA reception, you got to be there for 45 days, 30 to 45 days. That's what you're supposed to sit in there for YA reception. Man, I'm thinking I'm finna be the only prison nigga. I get there and they like, oh yeah, there's like 4 of y'all here. I'm like, 4 of us. And it's one of them was a homie that I was actually in Calipat with him. Big ass tongue in my, and that motherfucker was bigger than me. But
Don't say but. Don't be hating on that food. Damn, you couldn't even give that food his flowers.
No, that me. But like, you know,
He wasn't you.
tongue and like he's like, you know, I'm like all muscle. No, that's my nigga though. That's my that was my dog. That was my road dog. But monster. So there was like 4 of us in there. One me and him came from Calipat. Somebody came from CMC, which is some bullshit. We don't even condone that. And then another motherfucker was in Corcoran. He was in Corcoran on the level 4. He came from the shoe. He came from Corcoran shoe. So it was 4 of us in there. And we were like, damn, that YA shit was hectic. YA reception, first I was like, it was different. YA reception is like, okay, this is like juvenile hall. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm back in juvenile hall type shit. Man, I got on that main line. That shit is the craziest shit I've ever. YA is the most racist environment I've ever been in my life. Like the most, when I say the most racist environment, I'm talking about like to the highest degree. And it's like, YA, there's no rules. So it's like being in a maximum, it's like being on the level 4 yard with no rules.
Damn.
So it's like, if you're a black and you feel some type of way about another race, you could do whatever. Same thing. A Mexican feels something about a white dude, he go stab. And it's like no repercussions unless like they're his specific group of homies. Is like, you know what I mean? Like, because everybody has their own specific group of homies. Like y'all be calling it raflas.
Ramflas, yeah.
Raflas.
Cars.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys call yours?
Shit, just the homies. just our group of niggas. Like, this my niggas. Like,
yeah.
Them niggas, oh, we don't care about them niggas. But I came on some prison shit. So literally, I landed on the main line. And I'm on some, I'm on some level 4. They never politic before. So they're
You wanted to change that shit up.
They're just game banging. Like, they're just game banging. And it's like, YA is tier 25. But they got in there that's 29. That was in there that was 29. The homie that I came back with from Calipat, he was 27. He was 27
Those are grown-ass men.
Yeah. I thought YA was like, okay, you can't be in here past 25. Man, I landed on the main line. They got the other homie that I used to talk to. He was over there at Ironwood. That nigga like 26, other 27, this nigga 24, 25. And then you still got your 16-year-olds, your 15-year-olds. I'm like, this is some dangerous ass shit. Like,
seriously.
How y'all got kids?
Like grown ass men.
But they had a facility.
Okay.
They had a specific adult facility. So when I got to YA, there was only 3 facilities open. So it was Chad Adjourn, however you want to call it.
Because this is recent.
Yeah, this is. I was literally the last motherfuckers in YA. I was in there right when it closed. Literally, I was the last motherfuckers. There was literally 20 of us in there, and I was one of them. Literally, like literally, I was literally in YA till it closed.
Because that's where Peso was. Okay, so you're in YA mentality. You're like level
I'm on some
4.
extra out prison shit. So
I bet you wanted to change.
Yeah, what I got there, and in 3 days I started a massive riot, and I go straight to the hole. I was on the main line for 3 days. I started a massive riot, went straight to the hole, and I'm back there just sitting like an idiot, like straight to the hole. I'm in the hole in YA, and then the gang coordinator and shit, we used to come back there and tell me, he's like, bro, you gonna send yourself back to prison. Like, don't come over here on no prison shit. Like, and he's been there for already 20 years. So like, you know, he's seen the worst of YA to the, you know what I mean, the new YA ain't like the old YA. It's still turned the fuck up, but it ain't like how it was. Like, you know what I mean, like them old YA stories.
I have some crazy YA stories.
Yeah. It ain't like that no more. It's still like that, but you know what I mean. It's the same thing like with prison. New prison ain't like the old prison. It's still, nigga, it's prison. It's but it ain't like how it was, because the caliber of individuals aren't the same no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not the same. There's so many exceptions and so many, like, you know what I mean. But yeah, I land in the hole. First 3 days caused the matter. I'm in the hole, and then this is when like God really started speaking. Like, God been speaking to me the whole time, but I'm like
not listening.
Yeah, I'm throwing that shit to the side, like soft ass shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
even though it's really not soft.
I know, but you know, this is my mentality.
Of course.
I'm on some like, that's some soft ass shit. So, boom, yeah, man, this is when I really have like a spiritual enlightenment. And then God just came to me when I was in my cell, man. I'm in the hole. I was in the hole for like 3 months, 4 months. YA, you don't stay in the hole too long. It's not like prison to where you're doing mandatory, you know what I mean? Year, 2 years, 3 years, shoe term, you know what I mean? It's not like that. So I'm in there for like 3-4 months. And then God comes to me in my cell. You know, I'm working out every single day. You know, I'm on my regular prison shit. So I'm just, they're like, damn, this nigga's really institute. Yeah, I mean, he go to the hole and just work out. But it's like, God comes to me and he was like, man, do you really want this to be the rest of your life? Like, you know what I mean? Like, these walls, these razor wire fences, the toilet connected to the sink, like you sleeping on metal, all that. With like, do you want this to be the rest of your life? Like, I'm giving you a second chance at life. And I'm like, damn, man. Like, then I'm like, yeah, I'm really finna like get off some bullshit. So when I come back to the main line, I'm teetering. Like, I want to do good, but you know, it's like, you know how it is when you start converting. It's like you still got it in you, but it's like still to this day. Like,
It'll
you know
never
what I
go
mean?
away. You're human.
Like, still to this day. Like, I go to the grocery store and like I hear somebody say something to them. Not to me, obviously, but like somebody else, and I instantly go flashbacks and think of like, what, like, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like,
be nice.
you know,
fool.
it's still in you. Be nice.
Be nice. Fool. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's still in you. Yeah. So I'm like, damn. I go back to the line, and I'm just like, because all the gang coordinators and all them, they're like, you're not gonna be an issue, right? You're not gonna be an issue. Cause I instantly landed in YA and I ran the whole shit. You're like obviously, who's gonna run it? Like,
chill.
like obviously. So like whenever there be any riots and shit going on, like they'll come and get me, and they'll be like, go talk to your peoples. Like, go talk to your peoples and shit. Mm-hmm. Like in this building, they take me to this building, that building, and they was like, so you gonna be smooth? I'm like, man, I'm not on nothing. Like, I'm on nothing no more. So literally, I just turned it into like, obviously when you're in that environment, you're on positivity, but you still own what you got. Like,
you have no choice.
It's still mandatory. Like, you know what I mean? Like, mandatory is still mandatory. Like, it ain't no exceptions. But
you're programming and you're trying to be cool.
But God knows your heart. Yeah, God knows your heart. God knows, like, as long as, you know,
you make it out.
As long as nobody does nothing that's disrespectful to where I have to mandatory, like, you know what I mean, then like everything will be smooth. So yeah, YA for the first year, like, it was just hectic. Cause we was like, after that, I started like a big snowball effect, because not only after me, they had other like Hispanic dudes that were coming from prison as well, and they was on the same time, and I was when I first landed. So we was going back and forth, like literally, it was just like green light. It was green light on site. Like, that shit is crazy. Like, you'll be walking to medical, and it's like 20 niggas will hop the fence on you. Like, the yards in YA.
What was your craziest experience for you?
For me, probably that. Like literally, like YA, will run 2 miles to get on you in YA.
Like by the time you get there, you're all
will
freaking.
run a marathon like YA.
Was it
YA
called
was
Superman? Is it still called
yep,
that?
Superman's. Yep, nigga busted Superman. Yep, and that's how niggas is hopping the fences and they busted Superman. So yeah, that was probably because we was all on the same shit. Like you know, it was just mandatory follow protocol. You know, and that's why I tell people like prison is not the environment that nobody wants to be in. Cause then it starts turning and changing your mindset, and it starts planting seeds in your head that weren't there. You know what I mean? It starts turning you into an individual, and you start having certain belief systems that weren't your belief systems. Like I know a lot of dudes that I grew up with type shit, and they weren't racist. You know what I mean? Like vice versa. On our side and
both.
you know,
Yeah.
either side, either race, black, white, Hispanic, whatever, and they weren't racist. And just due to the environment and you know just the war, like guys, we're war veterans. When you're in prison, especially them high yards, and then you're in an environment like YA, nigga, we're war veterans. So the environment changed a lot of mindsets to where I understand and you can't blame them for that.
Yeah.
Because at that current moment, that's all they knew. Like, you know what I mean? That was the environment. So like for black and brown, we was going at it like anywhere, anytime, any place. That's just like what it was for a whole year, like a year and a half straight.
Is that where you paroled from?
Yeah. Well,
Okay. And how long did you end up doing in YA?
3 years.
Okay.
3 years. Yeah.
So 3 years. What happened when you came home? Like, how did that go about?
Man, when I came home.
And wait, how long have you been out?
Now I've been out for like a year.
Okay.
A little bit over a year. Yeah.
So you're super fresh.
Yeah. I still got the stay soap on me. Nah, not that fresh, but yeah.
So you came home about a year ago.
Yep.
Tell me about you first coming home.
Oh yeah, when I first came home, I had my family. My family came and picked me up in a fleet of Bentleys and Rolls Royces right in front of the.
You're kidding. I thought you're all cool.
Yeah.
Like I told you, foos.
Yeah. No, like I was telling the staff and all them, and I was telling them like I used to walk around like, you know, obviously you could tell like I'm a nigga with an ego.
For sure.
Like I got
For sure.
like I got an ego. I got a big ego. So I used to be walking around in YA and I'd be telling everybody in the staff, and I'd be like, better like you soak up the time that you with me.
Oh my
I told
God,
them
you're a mess,
I
bro.
tell them when I get out, I'm gonna be a superstar, and you're gonna tell your wife you knew me and she's not gonna believe you, but you really knew me. So soak up this time. Like, I was telling them, like, soak up this time. Like I'm finna get out and go crazy. And that's when I'm like, I'm finna rap. Like, you know what I mean? I'm finna rap. Like I'm finna get out and go stupid.
So you always like rapping?
Always, yeah, always.
Okay, always. Since you were a young kid, or when you started when you got busted?
Nah, since I was a kid. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm always rapping. Always. It's the, you know, you be on the block, turn on the beat, start freestyle. Niggas be high, start freestyling shit. So yeah, I was always in the rapping.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. In YA, I started taking that shit real serious. Like YA, you can get cracking in YA. Like I'm talking about like money wise and drugs and that. Like it ain't like
better than prison.
Like what I'm talking about, the floodgates. Like you open the floodgate. Like with the mindset that I had, like any prison dude coming with a prison mentality going to YA is gonna open the floodgates. Like
If you know what you're doing.
if you know what you're doing, because they already have it so booming, but you know they're going through a little window, but it's cracking this. Man, if you know what you're doing, you can open the floodgates. Man, I had a flat screen TV mounted to the wall with a laptop and like 10 iPhones in YA.
You never
Like,
got busted with that?
no.
You're down, fool.
Look. I
Hey,
was
you
so-
shouldn't be saying shit. What did they pick you back up?
They closed up. Look, I had that shit so
Then they're really
cracking.
gonna say negative the new Vlad TV.
Yeah, I had that shit so cracking to where the staff would come and search my shit, and I had that shit approved. I had that shit approved by the I think they're called like, what is it called? It's not called the warden in YA. They're called it's a different name, but it's the warden. It's the warden. But I'm trying to remember the name. The woman. I got it approved to where I could have a flat screen TV, laptop, because they made me the YA mentor. They made me the youth mentor. So I had an off grounds clearance. I was the only nigga to be able to leave the facility. I wouldn't go nowhere. I would just go like in the parking lot and like pick up trash and shit. But like I was booming like a mother. The floodgates. So
how did you get that approved? Is the real freaking question. Let me find out.
In college.
Wait. Let me find out she's the one that took your virginity.
Nah, hell no. A lot of.
I'm kidding.
A lot of women that know me when I was in prison, they know how booming and how crazy I was going. Especially like women I was dealing with. Like I said, I bought the girl I was dealing with a Maserati, so that's like that nigga going crazy. So a lot of them was like, you didn't get out no virgin. Like you definitely had sex with like one of them CEOs in there.
No.
What do I have to lie about? Like, if anything, that's a flex. Like,
sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have sex with no CEO. I would be capping and say like, no, never even got close to it. Like, you know, that's just me keeping it.
Yeah, of course. And
never
I love
even
that.
got close to it. Like, but yeah, I got cracking in there. Like, we had a whole studio. You said how did I get that? So I was in college. And for the laptop, I was like, oh, I need a laptop for my school college work. Literally. And I wrote up a whole proposal, this, that, and the third. Sent it out to her, this and that, give her approved. Yeah, got that shit. It took some months, but I got it approved.
You did it.
And then the TV, my PA, so our PAs over there are like counselors. Mm-hmm. So my counselor pretty much was like, oh, we want to make you the mentor for like the facility, for the whole facility. So like we could take you to units to like calm shit down and this, that, and the third. You know, because I'm a big ass nigga and like I'm very respected. And then like, you know, obviously I'm with the bullshit, but I'm very respectful dude. Like, you know, I already went through my prison term to where it's like I learned how to be that calm, collective dude. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm very respectful nigga. So like even like Hispanic dudes that was like on that extra out other shit, like cool. Respected a nigga. Cause I came in and I would greet them with nothing but respect.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So it was always mutual respect. So I was able to get to more people by talking to them than anybody else. So that's how I correlated the TV. That was like, yeah, we want to do this and make you this. I was like, okay, but like,
what do I get out of it?
I need a TV. But you can get TVs and whatnot.
But you wanted that one.
But I want a flat screen mounted to my wall. I'm like, okay, we could do that.
Nice.
Okay, I need a real mattress. I had a real mattress. Not a prison mat, a real mattress. But there was other, isn't it? Like, if you had juice, you had a real mattress. They had real mattresses over there that you could correlate. Like, so I got a real mattress, like a thick ass mattress with a comforter, real bedding.
Damn.
Yeah, like pillows. I'm in there with pillows. Like, I'm living luxury. Like,
chill, boo.
Yeah. So
that's
like,
yeah, but it's dope. I mean, you know, that's how your prison experience was.
You
then
can never do that in prison. Never. Like YA is fun. Like, obviously it's turned up, but like it's fun as like you could really like make some shit shake in there. Like some like met like Rams players and shit in there. Like they had the Rams coming into YA. They had all types of shit going. Like they took 3 to a Lakers game.
Damn.
In YA they took obviously like low security, but they took to a Laker game, had them in the locker room with LeBron James and all that, got them signed shoes, and then brung them back.
That's cool.
Hell yeah. Like, so that shows you like you can make shit shake.
Yeah.
You know how to talk.
You know, get your way.
You know how to make shit shake in there.
Okay, you get picked up. What kind of car did you? What you got picked up by? What?
Back to back Bentleys and Rolls Royces, and like a Porsche too.
Everybody came,
and we came with that shit. Niggas know we run shit. We came shitting, and then my people.
Did you get it on camera?
Yeah, it's on camera.
Oh,
I got
nice.
it on my phone. Yeah, I got everything on camera. Everything's documented, so they know. So yeah, my brother came and he gave me 200,000 cash right then and there, fresh out the gate. Literally, I was out for like 2 seconds. Walked out, boom, all this on. I'm weak because when I was walking out, the guard was like, "Who's whose cars are that? Like whose Bentleys and all those?" I'm like, "That's for me." Like, what? And I walked out.
Yeah, I told you.
I was like, that nigga. I'm like, that's my shit, nigga. So yeah, instantly got out, did that, and I started going viral like instantly. Like my first week, I shot a music video. And I had like 10 foreign cars in there, and I was like walking around with like $1 million on me, like $1 million cash, like all that. I'm going viral as viral. And that song ended up going crazy. Like World Star reached out to me. They wanted to put it on like cause the videographer who filmed it, he posted something on Twitter. Mind you, I don't got a social media or nothing at the time. I don't got nothing. So like this nigga posted all this shit, and it's like this nigga like fresh out of prison, like going retarded. Like I don't know what this nigga on, but he's going like, I don't know who this nigga is, but he's going crazy. So like I'm going viral and shit. I don't even got a social media. I'm like, damn. So World Star ended up reaching out to me, and they like, boom, we want to like post your song and all that. So they ended up posting my song. I ended up, that's when I ended up meeting Vic. Mm-hmm. So I ended up doing the interview at Power 106. They spun my song on the radio for like a month. And then I was going through a transitional period because like I got out on, but like I was so institutionalized, I literally wanted to go back to prison. Like it's as crazy as it might sound, like I got out. First of all, I got out focused. So my first day, I got out, I got picked up like that. Boom. I went and got my hair done at my mom's house. They had the barber and they had the hairstylist. So I got my hair done, got my hair cut, put on a fly ass outfit, went to the studio. I was in the top floor penthouse in downtown LA. Boom, did 8 hours in the studio. So I'm focused. I'm like, I'm locked in on success. Like success, I'm locked in. Like I got the woman I was dealing with at the time, and then like, you know, all these women is tapping in. I'm like, no sex. Literally, I didn't have sex until I was out for a whole month. Like a whole month.
That wasn't your thing. Like it's never been part of you, so it's like it's just what it is. Like,
I wanted to have sex bad.
Oh, okay.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. But look. I was like this. I can't do average nigga shit expecting, like, you know, to be great. Every nigga gets out of prison and has sex within their first 2 hours, couple days, a week. I'm like, if you really, like, I want to be successful. You know what I mean? Like, I want 100 million. You know what I mean? I'm on money. Like, I don't give a nothing else. If you really locked in with me, you gonna be there forever, like regardless, because I'm gonna be there. But I'm like, if I want really what I say I want, then you're not gonna indulge in certain things right now. Like there's a time and a place. If you want that, don't have sex. So I didn't have sex, literally for a whole month. Then I couldn't hold it no longer. And then it was like,
fucking time.
But yeah, that's how locked in
you were.
I came out. But then, like I said, my music was going crazy. I dropped one song, and it was on the radio. I got my interview, this, that, and the third. Boom. I got a lot of people tapping in with me, but I'm dealing with my mind as far as being institutionalized.
Which is the hardest part.
Yeah, so it's like, I really didn't want to nobody. For one, I'm seeing this industry shit, and I'm like, all these niggas are soft. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you know, I come from the folk. You know what I mean? I'm like, I really come from this shit. So I'm like, even though I got out on positivity, you know, we're not on none of that. But you know, when you really that, fool? Yeah, when you really that, I'm like, man, these niggas is soft. Like, we don't condone none of this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who is y'all? And y'all broke. I got more money than you. So I'm just like, I'm on some real high power shit. I'm on some high power, like, fuck everybody. Then I'm dealing with my mind, like, because I want to be back in prison. But I don't, but I do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I literally...
You're fighting yourself.
I literally wanted to be back in prison. Like, I felt better in prison. I'm like, what? And it's like, I'm on, no. it's not like I got out low to the flow, like, you know, hurting and shit, stomach touching my back, like, hell no. But it's like, you know, so that whole period of time, I literally just got my mind right. And then, like, right now, we locked in with the music. That's why, like,
well, good.
Locked in with Vic, locked in with my whole team. Like, I got the best team in the world. Like, literally, in a couple of months, like, I'm gonna be the #1 artist. Like, I already got out and all these niggas over in 1 week. Like literally, like, what these niggas, it took them hella long to do, like 10, 15, 20
How many
years.
interviews have you done?
I did this right now. I did 4 interviews.
I just want you to know that this is the best one.
I know. I know. I did a Cam Capone though that went crazy.
That's good.
That shit went.
Yeah, but it still ain't me though. You know what I'm saying? These fools are.
I know.
No offense.
Nah,
you know?
Yeah. Nah. This shit go crazy.
This is really good.
We gotta do a part 2.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I go live on Wednesday, so I'm gonna bring you back in a few months.
Yeah.
We go on live YouTube chat, like, you know, we go live.
Yeah, for sure.
But yes, I love that. So everything's going great. You got the best team.
We got the best team in the world.
In the world.
I'm about to be the #1 artist in the world, and then after that, we finna start the next Cash Money. We're gonna be bigger than Cash
And I'm cheering for you. You know, I just met you, but I'm cheering for you. You know, if you were willing to come and share your story on my platform, that means everything to me. You know, it's not like, oh, hey, come, let's see what I'm gonna get out of you. Like, I don't give a poop.
Yeah.
It's each other. You know, like this channel is for both, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
I bring you on, I listen to your story, it helps my channel. You coming on my channel helps you grow as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's and not even just that.
I appreciate that.
People hear what we go through, which is the main thing.
Yeah.
You know? And I appreciate you coming.
I appreciate
we fabs now.
Yeah.
Look, everybody that comes to my channel is my family.
Yeah, we locked in for life, for sure.
I'm part of Cash Money too, fool.
Yeah. The Chicana chapter.
You know, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Again, is there anything that you want to share that you haven't shared before we end?
Shit, I would just like.
Besides you going up, fool.
Yeah, we going crazy. Hey, they
good.
know. They know. Yeah, God is good. I would just like to thank God for everything that He's been doing for me. Thank you again for allowing me to come on your platform. It's a blessing. This energy is amazing. Yeah. Go by the name Uptown YT, King of California. Y'all niggas already know what time it is.
I got nothing on. It's still time.
Y'all already know it. Y'all already know what time it is.
All right. Well, thank you again.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.
And comment on that bitch.